Family decided to adopt this baby. Vet sees it and calls the cops. The story happened to a woman named Alina. One evening the doorbell rang. Opening, the girl saw on the floor a cardboard box in which lay a tiny creature, a bald kitten several days old. It is a sad fact that tragedy can strike for even the youngest of animals. Without the protection of a loving home and family, defenseless dogs and cats are often left in danger of cruelty, homelessness, or illness. For a young Sphinx kitten and her siblings, illness and an uncertain future plagued their tragic beginnings. A good Samaritan attempted to care for the kittens after they were given to her by a neighbor, but sadly, one of the kittens wasn't strong enough to make it and passed away in her home. The woman knew that the babies needed extra help, so she surrendered Pickle and her brother to the ASPCA Animal Hospital, AAH, for urgent care. After arriving at the hospital, it was clear that Pickle and her brother were extremely sick. ASPCA veterinarian Dr. Danielle Delfino stepped in and quickly diagnosed them with severe upper respiratory infections, which can be life-threatening, especially for kittens at such a young age. And sadly, Pickle's brother was unable to hold on. Pickle was alone and clinging to life. But despite her small body and weakened condition, Pickle was a fighter. During the next 6 months, Pickle was plagued by a multiple of health concerns, including hypoglycemia, pneumonia, and corneal ulcers, for which she had to see an ophthalmologist. Due to her young age and the fact that she was unwell, it was decided that Pickle should live with a foster so that she could receive round-the-clock care and comfort. Luckily for Pickle, her foster mom turned out to be someone she'd met on her first day at AAH, Dr. Danielle Delfino. Dr. Delfino recalls feeling instantly drawn to the sweet small kitty during their first meeting. When I saw her, I immediately knew I wanted to adopt her, she says. There was an instant connection and no hesitation. Danielle always wanted a Sphinx to join her four-legged family, and she knew that she could not only provide Pickle with the medical attention she needed, but that she could also give her the caring, loving home that she'd been missing in her young life. After 6 months of foster care, Pickle was ready to be adopted. Dr. Delfino made the adoption official as soon as she was able. Since her adoption, Pickle has made herself right at home. Danielle says she runs the house and enjoys her time with her 2 pet siblings, a cat named Andy and a dog named Olive. Pickle spends her days playing with her many toys or leisurely sitting in a window watching the world go by. Pickle is spunky, full of energy and personality, says Dr. Delfino. Pickle prances and bounces around all over the house. After such a devastating start, it's truly heartwarming to know that Pickle can now shine in her new home as a beloved pet and family member. Kittens virtually house-train themselves, if they're not with their mothers, to be taught this behavior. They bury their messes so they don't smell. They can be trained to do an amazing array of tricks. They still occasionally romp like kittens when they're well into their teens. Cats love to sleep with people and will take the middle of the bed if you don't assert yourself. They'll zoom from one end of the house to the other in the middle of the night and make only a fraction of the noise a dog does. They burn off excess energy during their natural awake time. Veterinary care is about half what dogs cost for much longer life expectancy, and medical care at home is easier than for dogs. Pills, injections, bandages, claw clipping, whatever. Food choices are simple. Meat, milk if they don't throw it up, is a treat in small amounts. Dry food should be left out as a between-meal snack. Meals are canned food that's fortified with taurine and vitamins. Table scraps are allowed, but shouldn't be meal-sized or spicy or salted. Research the net for the best quality foods you can afford. If rodents are a problem in your area, a couple of cats will earn their keep. They will also consume insect pests. Cats should have another cat for a companion. They get depressed from loneliness and scared. That upsets their digestion, moves them to miss the litter box, caterwaul in the night, and all sorts of inexplicable behaviors. Mostly, they're trying to tell you that spending their days alone has upset them. A wet or dirty dog really stinks. Cats are self-cleaning and smell wonderful. They need brushing during shedding seasons and frequent searches for fur mats to be snipped close to the skin as possible. All this can be incorporated into snuggle times. At those times, you can probe gently for changes in body parts, swellings, scabs, spots newly painful, and get them tended to. Pay attention to pain around the mouth. It almost always means a bad tooth. Nobody should miss out on the joy of kittens around the house, but please don't overlook mature cats. They need love too. Same goes for dogs. Toxoplasmosis is only an issue if there's a pregnant woman in the house and she's around the litter box. Somebody else has to look after the litter. If she can't avoid the box, a high-grade mask will help. Be a responsible owner and tell pregnant visitors about the cat. Dogs and cats allowed outdoors will both bring fleas, etc. Back to the house. Both are easy to treat. Cats don't need to be walked, as their bathroom and exercise needs can be met indoors. Dogs and cats should both have spaying, neutering budgeted for.